Welcome to the Central Texas Huddle on Lone Star Gridiron. I'm your host, Tony Blaylock, and I'll be back with all the regional final action from Central Texas right after these messages.
With open enrollment coming soon for Medicare, ACA, Obamacare, and small group plans for businesses with less than 100 employees, if you're in need of health insurance solutions, look no further than HAP Insurance Agency. Yes, HAP Insurance Agency is a fantastic resource right in the heart of College Station, Texas. Whether you're in retirement, a business owner, or simply looking for the best health coverage option, HAP Insurance Agency has got you covered. You can find them in College Station at 1551 Greens Prairie Road West, Suite 101A, or give Holly Pritchard a call at 972-897-0814. That's HAP Insurance Agency.
Looking to boost your company's marketing? Look no further than Fresh Media Works. Podcasting is the best way to promote your brand and increase your customer base. You can create your own show, be a guest on other podcasts, or advertise on existing podcasts to reach a valuable audience. Don't wait. Start elevating your marketing game today with Fresh Media Works. Call now, 713-269-4620, or find us online at freshmediaworks.com/podcasting.
I want to thank HAP Insurance of College Station, Fresh Media Works, and Nani Sweeterside for their sponsorship of the Central Texas Huddle. And in the regional final round, let's get right into it with 6AD1, where it was Lake Travis versus Westlake. Lake Travis scored with 27 seconds left to cut the Chaparral lead to 21-14. Westlake recovered the onside kick attempt and holds on to win and advance to the state semifinals, where they will have a rematch against North Shore. And our Steve Thomas caught up with Tony Salazar after the game.
First question, how's your blood pressure after that game?
Oh, they're always high in playoffs, and obviously we made it a little more interesting. It should have been there at the end, but, found a way to win, and that's objective A.
I asked Elliot this too, and I'll ask you, did you feel like, especially after how close the other game was, you had a little bit to prove against Lake Travis?
Yeah, obviously they're a good team, so you got to tip your hat to them. They did a great job, both contests we played them, but I think the biggest thing we knew was going to be just like that, and we knew we had to make plays at timely moments, and our kids did that today.
And especially going back to Ty Dodge, and now even in your turn, does this feel like business as usual?
It is. We hope it is. He showed us the way. There's no doubt. He showed this program, myself and these coaches, how to do it, and we're just trying to make our kids proud, our coaches proud, and obviously Westlake proud.
And so. You're one game away from getting to Berkeley in the state finals. What are some of the things you need to prepare for? Looks like North Shore, maybe a Tascasita.
We'll worry about that tomorrow. We're going to enjoy this one. These guys work for 6 days straight to be ready to have this outcome. And so I'm going to go celebrate with them because they deserve it.
How is Steve going to be celebrating tonight?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve and Tony, for that. And then moving on to 6A-D2 in Region 3, it was Still versus Dripping Springs. And Still comes up with an interception at their own 1-yard line with less than a minute left in the game to seal a 28-21 win over Dripping Springs. For the Knights, it was Chad Warner, who was 16 of 24 passing for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Hatton Jr. had 28 carries, 158 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jalen Cooper had 3 receptions for 95 yards and 1 touchdown. On the defensive side, Andrew Buck had 19 tackles, and Alvin Williamson Jr., Pierce Kemp, and Andrew Buck had 1 interception apiece. 5A-D1, Smithson Valley versus A&M Consolidated. Smithson Valley scored on a Drew Sowersby run to take their first lead with 3:25 left in the game, and held on to best A&M Consolidated 31-24. In 5A-D2, it was Liberty Hill versus San Antonio Piper. Liberty Hill records their lowest playoff winning score since 2019 as they top Piper 28-14. For Liberty Hill, in their vaunted rushing attack, it was Noah Long with 21 carries and 181 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ben Carter had 20 carries for 119 yards. On the defensive side, it was Garrett Lindgren with 10 tackles and Carson Holen with 1 interception.
Do you have a party coming up or just want a special gift? Check out Nani's Sweeter Side. Yes, Nani's Sweeter Side makes the most amazing custom-created sugar cookies with your design. They also offer paint your own cookies and decorate your own cookies. Those make an excellent sweet activity that you can sink your teeth into at parties. Nani's also offers some of the most amazing cupcakes ever. You can check out Nani's Sweeter Side at nanisweeterside.com. That's Nani. Check her out on Facebook. Just look for Nani's Sweeter Side. Or give her a call at 937-499-4790. At Nani's Sweeter Side, you'll find that happiness is homemade.
Hey, did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, the Brotherhood of Texas High School Football. All football players, past and present, who have ever suited up in the Lone Star State are eligible. Go to LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood. And thank you for the part you played in the greatest sport in the greatest state.
And for a D1, Davenport tops Port Lavaca Calhoun 55-20. The third year Davenport Wolves program is the second Como ISD team into this year's state semifinals, behind Smith and Valley. In 4A D2, Wimberley versus Sinton. Wimberley tops Sinton 38-13. Cody Stover was 13 of 20 passing for 240 yards and 2 touchdowns and added 22 carries for 234 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Chase Carson added 76 rushing yards, and Noah Birdsong had 8 of the 13 completions for 149 yards and 1 touchdown receiving. In 3A D1, Franklin avenges their district loss to Lorena 49-27. Edna took down Blanco 15-13. In 3A D2, it was Tidehaven 34, Poth 28. 2A D1, it was Tolar 42, Marlin 19. In 2A D2, Mart rallies from a 20-10 halftime deficit to beat Lovelady 57-20 for the second year in a row in the regional finals. For Mart, DeMontrell Medlock was 9 of 15 passing for 290 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jadarium Bell had 13 carries for 137 yards and 4 touchdowns. Richard Green had 2 receptions for 150 yards and 1 touchdown. And on the defensive side of the ball, it was Cornelius Galapsi with 11 tackles. And in another 2A D2 regional final, it was Chilton over Falls City, 53-7. Chilton will be making their first state semifinal appearance since 2006. That sets up the state semifinal round. In 6A D1, Westlake will be taking on North Shore. That game will be played Saturday at 2 o'clock at the field in Pflugerville. In 6A D2, it will be Still versus Humboldt Summer Creek. That game will be played Saturday at 5 p.m. at Baylor at McLean Stadium in Waco. 5A D1, Smithson Valley will be traveling to Corpus Christi to take on Brownsville Veterans Memorial. That game will be at Buccaneer Stadium Friday at 7 o'clock. In 5A D2, Liberty Hill will be taking on Port Neches Groves. That game will be Friday, 7 p.m. at Cy-Fair FCU Stadium in Cypress. In 4A D1, Davenport will be taking on Chapel Hill. That game will be Friday, 7 p.m. at Baylor at McLean Stadium in Waco. 4A D2, Wimberlin will be taking on Belleville Friday at 7:30 at the field in Pflugerville. In 3A D1, it will be Franklin versus Edna. That game will be Thursday, 7 p.m. at the Cy-Fair FCU Stadium in Cypress. And in 2A D2, Mart will be taking on Chilton Friday at 7 p.m. at Crusader Stadium in Belton. And that wraps it up for the Central Texas Huddle for this week. I want to thank Hap Insurance of College Station, Fresh Media Works, and 90 Sweeter Side for the sponsorship of the Central Texas Huddle. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll go over the results for the state semifinals game and preview the state championship games involving Central Texas team.
Hey, football fans, Christmas is right around the corner. We have the perfect gift for your high school football fan in your life. Friday Night Legends, the board game. With Friday Night Legends, you can play the greatest high school teams of all time against each other based on their real stats. That means you can play the 1989 Odessa Permian Panthers of Friday Night Lights fame against the 2017 Mater Day team and really see who's the better team. Or what about Peyton Manning's Newman High School in New Orleans against Trevor Lawrence's Cartersville, Georgia team? There are thousands of teams in the library from all over the United States. Get your copy of Friday Night Legends at BoardGameLegends.com and be the hero of Christmas morning.